Like, all right. Hey everyone. All right, I'm gonna set up chat and then we're gonna jump right into this because I only have about an hour, roughly, before I need to leave for work. So let me just set up chat here really quick. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So I did some progress on, I don't know what to name this one yet. It doesn't have a name, but I made some progress and I did do Pan. He wasn't very hard, but just like in the one with the gouache, I had a little trouble getting him to look even for some reason. I don't know if it's the color itself or what, but I did struggle just a tiny bit on getting him even. But it just took a few layers and it wasn't too bad. Hang on, I'm just getting my iPad set up so it doesn't fall over on me while I'm trying to look at chat. Okay. Yep, so I did that. So he's all good. I also started on Miso. I haven't put their eyes in yet, but and I need to do the inside of their mouths. I also went ahead and did the nose because I didn't want to waste paint. So I did the nose and the part of the inside, their tongues. Because I didn't want to waste the paint. I did Miso's hat and I took a white paint marker and I went over Miso so that he can actually be white. This paper is not like bright white, so I did go over him. I'm not sure what this little line is here suddenly in my canvas, but I don't know if something like scraped against it. I don't think so. I think I've been doing pretty good at storing it, but I do see like a weird little line there. It's not like super noticeable, but I can see it. What else? I think that's as far as I got. Oh, and I did the little hat on his little figure that he likes to dress up like. So I did do that. Um, what else? I think you guys were here when I did the table. I'm not sure, but I did do the table as well. So I do believe that is it. Um, yeah, so let's get started. So now I think I'm gonna color Bo because I want to do all their skin. I haven't done his hands yet because I want to do the things that he's holding before I go in with that white paint marker. So I think today we're gonna do Bo. Uh, I haven't worked on a color for Pot yet. I think for him, I might end up using paint marker because I already have like a solid color that I use for him with paint marker. So just like me, so I might do paint marker with him. I'm not sure yet. And then I'm gonna have to figure something out with her because I have her in like this kind of grayish blue color, and I need to figure out how to either mix that in my gouache or because I don't think I have a color for it. She's kind of like this one but more blue. Uh, kind of like this, but I would have to add a little bit more blue to it. This one here. That's what I'm thinking. So I might have to mix it with a little bit of something. I don't know what that little bit of something is going to be, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, so let's get started on that. We'll start on Bow because we decided to go with this what is this, cream yellow in the Holbein. Yeah, so that's kind of like her main color. So let me just see if I can get a hold of it. I don't know exactly where I put it. Let's see. There's Naples yellow, ivory white, beige. Oh boy. I sorted out, here it is. I sorted out my gouache a little bit so it's a little easier to find, but I wouldn't say too much easier, but it is a little easier to find. I'm not scruffling through the cart, I guess we can call it. So I'm gonna put some yellow down for Bow. And I don't need a lot either because it's you only see a little bit of her in like her hand. So I'm gonna grab my brush. And we're just going straight in. So hopefully she dries the way we want her to dry. I'm doing my best to not go over the same spots like a million times. Apparently, that's one of the reasons why sometimes it can come out patchy, is because I keep going over the same spots over and over again. So I'm just doing my best not to do that. I hope everyone is having a good Monday so far. I do have to go to work today, so but on Wednesday I would like to just cuz I'm off on Wednesday, so I'd like to just kind of stay home and work on some videos if I can. I don't really have any plans to go out anywhere, so most of my day will be gaming and doing videos. I'm still preparing for Pokemon Legends ZA. That's coming out next month on the 16th. I cannot wait. That is a Thursday, I believe, so I will be off that day. So I can just stay home and play the game all day. I don't plan on doing anything. I'm not doing any chores. I'm not running any errands other than that. So Thursday, I probably won't be streaming either. I'm probably just going to take that first day and just play. Because there's a new battle mechanic in that game. It's not like the traditional Pokemon battles. So I really want to just kind of take that first day to get used to the controls and stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing. All right, so we got Bow settled. Now, I'd like to, because I'm trying to kind of work my way this way. So I think I'm going to go back. Um, Pot, pot and pan, I usually have them in like red and blue shirts. But I haven't figured out if I want to keep them in red and blue or if I want to put one in red and one in blue or both in red and both in blue. So I like the way Pan looks in red. So I think I'm gonna keep him in red. I might just keep him in red and blue. Remember, this page is gonna have like a when it comes to them, there's gonna be like a lot of different colors. Um, because I'm just kind of playing around for the most part. And a lot of them I want to try to keep them in the same kind of colors or clothes. I think. Don't quote me on that yet because it might change. But I do like the way he looks in red. So I might grab this red and go backtrack and put his shirt on. So that is permanent red. And I do believe, yeah, here it is. See how easy that was? Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that down because it's only a little bit, unless I put them both in red, but I don't really know if I have intentions on doing that just yet. But for now, we'll put him in his red. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let me just even that out a bit. Okay. Oh, you guys can't even see because this painting is kind of large. It is 12 by 16, I believe, is the size. So sometimes I forget that you guys can't see some of it and I have to like kind of move it around. Um Honestly, I think I want to put Pan in this red also, even though he looks really good in blue. They're supposed to be kind of like twins, so I'm gonna go ahead and put him in red. Do I want to do that? Yeah, because she's gonna have a lot of blue going on with her, so I'm gonna go ahead and put him in red as well. I know this is probably like totally chaotic to some people who are used to like um planning out their paintings and stuff. This one was not, the only thing that was planned out was the sketch. The colors were not planned. I'm just trying to keep them to their original colors because one, it's just kind of it's easier to identify who they are because I want to eventually have like a lot of characters. So it's a bit easier to identify them if I keep them in the same colors. Now they will change like outfits and stuff like that, but and I'm keeping that line right there just so that I know I have to put shadow paint right there. I do not want this to dry patchy. let's see, and then we have, just want to make sure that I'm not coloring his like actual skin by accident. Okay. Yeah. I think I like him in red too, actually. I am going to grab, I don't know where it is. I had like here's one of them. I was going to say like a little paint palette scraper, I guess. And I use this to put the paint back in the tube that's not being used, because it's still usable and I don't want to waste paint. Especially the Holbein paint. Y'all, this Holbein paint is not cheap. So I put it back in the tube if I know I'm not going to use it anymore. If it's still, put back in the tube a bowl. Um, I know that's not a word, but it's okay. Basically, if it's still wet and I can put it back in the tube, then it goes back in the tube. Because sometimes I accidentally pour out too much paint, and then it's a waste of paint at that point. Okay. Now, while we wait for those things to dry, because I don't like to do too much. I did get, I got something off of Amazon. So I guess this is also like a little haul type of thing, but I got this thing off of Amazon, and it's basically a swatch thing for, well, you can use it for whatever, but I'm using it for paint markers. So I'm going through and I'm swatching all of my paint markers. So it came with these inserts and it came with a little folder. Um, in my opinion, it was a little overpriced. It was like 15 bucks. So, um, but the paper, it's like, it's very thick. I wouldn't say cardstock, because one side has like a glossy type or semi glossy finish, and then the other side is like kind of different. But I went in and I was swatching my paint markers. So I did all my Guangna markers, and then next I'm going to do my Toolyart markers. And then so that's those. And then on this side going forward is going to be my Toolyart. I did print out some extra ones on my own paper, and I want to see if there's going to be a color difference between this paper, the paper that they gave me, and this. So I went and I swatched that, because I was reading the reviews and some people were saying that the paper is making the marker look a different color than what it's supposed to be. So I printed it on my own paper, and I'm going to kind of test that out at some point, and we'll see how that goes. And I don't know how it's going to turn out, so, but we are going to try it. Okay. Next, I am going to take a bit of brown, I think, and mix with this red to create some shadows. So I'm going to grab some burnt umber. Just because I have some red left, I could just get a darker red. But since I have some left on the palette, I'm just going to do it that way. I'm just going to mix a bit of this brown with a little bit of this red, a lot of bit of this red. And then we have our shadow color. I need some more water. And then for pot here, and we'll put the shadow on this side. Because we have the Ice Princess Mizu standing behind him, so I would assume that would work itself out some kind of way. Okay. There, now I don't feel like I've wasted, even though there's still some red on the palette, I don't feel like I've wasted any paint. So we're okay. So we got their shirts done. Now I think I'm gonna choose a color for the inside of their mouth, and I kind of want like a darker pink. So I might go with this red brown, but this coral red is also a good color. So since the coral red is lighter, I'm gonna go with that and see if I like it. I could also just add some white to this red that's left over, but it's okay. All right. I think also since I have some of this brown, matter of fact, I'm gonna do that first. Since I have some of this brown left over, the stands for these wooden toys, I'm gonna go ahead and create the base, the part that they're standing on. Now the front part, I'm gonna make a little bit lighter, but for this part, I'm gonna go ahead and use this brown. I'd like to think these toys are wooden. I'm not sure what material yet. I mean, they're wood, the base is wood, but the actual toys, I'm not sure yet. Um, I will probably do a whole sketching on these toys because they play this game quite a bit. So I feel like there needs to be some type of knowledge as to what the toys are made of, what kind of cards they like to use. Um, I like to think there's like different ways to play the game. So there's like the co-op version, which is what they're playing here, sort of, where it's like Dungeons and Dragons, and then there's like the card battle mode where they have like competitions kind of like, and they have to build their deck and get their figures and play against other people. That's kind of what I like to think. Not sure yet. It's just a little, bit of story lore, basically. Oop, don't want to put my hand in that. Let me go around this way. Just a bit of lore. So that I haven't quite figured out yet, but it's a fairly new thing. So, and I'm doing the story and the drawing and everything all by myself. So, all right, now let's get the inside of these mouths done. It's just a bit of a lighter pink. Oop, okay. These acrylic wash paints are so vibrant, and you really, really do not need a lot of color at all. I've already put down too much. I still would like to add some brickwork to the background, but we will see when we get to that point. I don't really see anything I can add this color to. So, yeah, I can just put some of this back in the tube because I put out way too much. And all I did was put a dot, but a dot was too much because I'm only using it for the insides of their mouths. So we'll put that back in there. And it goes back in actually fairly easy. I just take a paintbrush or something and scrape the side and then tap the tube on the desk or something and the paint drops right in there. So, all right. So now, just close that up. Okay. How much time do we have? Oh, we got loads. Okay. So next, I guess we can do like the front of those. So since I did burnt umber, what I can do, I can pick something slightly lighter. I was thinking of adding, um, what is this? This is raw sienna for the front. Excuse me. I think I'll do that. And like, even though this is like a larger painting, I still prefer using my smaller brushes. I just feel like I have a bit of a better control versus, and I feel like today the paint is flowing really good as well. Okay. That might be too much water. Too much water, not enough paint. There's also, it seems like there's like a hair or something in here. Yeah, I think it's like either a hair or just like a really strong piece of paint that's not really trying to cooperate. Okay. All right, let me just go over this one because it seems a bit patchy. Okay. Then we got one more. We got the one that Miso's holding. All right. Sit for the figures. Now, what can we work on next? I can do, so I'm not really great at gold or silver, but I do want to attempt to make the base down here, like the little nameplates. I want to make, like, for example, um, like his is like a special new one, so I think I want his plate to be gold, and then I want these two to be silver because they're just kind of like foot soldiers, and the monster maybe also silver, or I can do like a bronze for the foot soldiers, a silver for the monster, and then like a gold for his character. I don't have a gold in gouache, acrylic gouache. I have a silver. For gold, I do have like these gold pins, but it's not really the gold that I want. So I have watercolors. So I will probably do his nameplate last if I'm gonna use watercolor because I don't want to accidentally reactivate it. So I'm gonna do that, and then so what do I have in the terms of bronze? So I have like this, um, I think it's like antique gold. Let me see if I can find it. Here, this one. So we can use this because it doesn't really look gold. So we can use this for the foot soldiers because I don't have like a bronze unless I use watercolor for them as well. I can do that. I don't know what color I want the cards yet either, so that'll probably be last. And um I kind of want it, it's going to be a few metallics. So like this little glowing globe, their bases. Uh I want the top of her crown, and then Bo's crown I was thinking of making gold, but I'm not sure yet cuz it's just a paper crown. So I'm not 100% certain yet. I do want to do the slime ball. um, so I've been like putting it off, but not because I didn't want to do it, but because I wanted to. I'm gonna pick like this weird lime green color, and I'm going to kind of water it down a little bit. and then see if I can make it look translucent, kind of almost like an actual slime bubble, but no promises. Permanent green light. So let me grab that. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. And by we, of course, I mean me. I want to see if I can get it to dry that way too. So we'll give it like an all over base. I wonder if I need to like wet this first. And then just give this a bit wetting. Right now I'm just putting down water. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of this green. All right, I somehow managed that. Okay. And then I'm just going to take a bit of like the darker color and put around here. Now, isn't that cool? And then we'll put the face in, when we need to. I'm just trying to kind of want to push that off. Okay. All right. And I'm just adding a little bit so it looks like a ball and not just flat. And then just buffering out the edges here. And boom. Okay. So we got the evil slime ball done. Now, for Miso's cape, because he is wearing the cape for the robe of the wizard, and I was thinking blue. I was thinking like this bright blue too. So I was thinking something like that. This blue right here is nice. Because that one's too bright, and I think that one might be a good shadow color. So I think we'll go with that, and that's turquoise in the Turner. I'm actually running out of space here on my palette. I might have to bring in the bigger one. But I can put a little bit right here because it's only a little. Let me grab turquoise. Whoa, okay, hopefully that's not too much. All right. Now I'm just going to grab my brush. Runaway brush. Okay. Okay. It seems like I missed a part of the table too. Gonna have to go back and add that in there. I'm very scared to do this little area with this brush. It's a little big, but this is the brush that's been working for me today, so I'm kind of like don't want to change it out because I don't want to mess this up. It's like the paint's been working for me today, the brush has been working, and then imagine me going in there trying to pick something different and screws it all up. Okay. So, what did I use for this table? Oh, this one. Okay, this is grayish beige. So, I'm going to bring in a bit of that because I missed a piece of the table. Did I add white to this? Because it looks a little different. It's okay, it'll be like the shadow part. Hopefully there's no other parts of the table I missed. I don't think so. Let's see. I could like get some of these edges like right there. But for the most part, I got all of it. I could like straighten this part out, but it's fine. Oh, I could do like, let me do like the shadow parts since I'm here with this color. Like, so, would I do like a shadow, like a big shadow, or do I just do like a small one? Something like that. Because I feel like the table looks a little plain. So I'll make like a shadow. Yeah, okay. And then so we have like, for example, we have his elbows kind of like resting on the table. So we need to give that a shadow. And we have the book. Yeah, that makes the table a bit more lively, I think. It was looking kind of flat. Technically, these cards need to have a shadow too. And then like Miso has like a big one because he's like hovering over the table kind of. Okay. All right, that works. Cool. Okay. I wonder, let me try something here because I think I like this color for the eyes. It's not like completely black because they're already going to be outlined in black. So I think that's pretty good. Okay. Now, I'm not really sure. I need to do some gray for Miso's shading. So I'm going to grab my neutral gray too. I could do it with, I mean, I should probably do it with a paint marker, but this should be fine. We're only doing a little bit of shading on him. And let me grab a different brush because I don't want color contamination. So let's see, the shading would be this way. I really would prefer the brush I was just using, but I just used that for some color, so I know it's going to contaminate. And then we'll have like a brown weird color, and I'm going to be so annoyed because that's very hard to fix, especially on white. So we're rolling with this mystery brush. It's not really a mystery. I mean, it's an okay brush. I'm not really sure. It's not a round. It's like a weird shape. So I have to be careful. Nope, I'm not liking the way this is turning out. So I think I am going to go back to the regular brush and just make sure to clean it very well. Get all the brown off. It's quite a bit. All right, I should do it. Because I need that to be even. Okay. I gotta put a little bit here under his hat. And then under his neck. And remember, this is going on top of this paint marker, so it's probably going to need a layer or two so that it doesn't look ridiculously patchy. Okay. There, not too bad. And then his nose. Okay. So Miso's shirt is normally orange. Um, and I really think I'm gonna go for it because I kind of want him to be a little colorful. So maybe like what is this? This orange yellow in the Holbein, and then we can darken it up a little bit if we need to. Where am I gonna put this at? Okay, I guess we could put some right there. And it's just his sleeve, so it's not too much. Look how colorful that is. And I actually think I want to add a little bit, like as if he's wearing it, his cape, kind of there. Now, originally, that's part of his neck, but that's the good thing about paint, especially acrylic paint. You can go right over something. See, look how cute. All right, I just feel like the orange and the purple, everything is just kind of tying together. Okay, and they're just hanging out in the basement. All right, guys. So we are at an hour. I need to go and get ready for work. So here is what we have so far, though. So far, so good. Not too many crazy mistakes. Um, I really like the way the little slime ball turned out. But we're making some progress. This obviously isn't going to be done in a day. So, if I do anything on my own, I'll do just like I did in this video. On the next live or the next video, I'll go over what I did on my own, and then we'll just jump back right into it. But that's it. I'm going to head out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.